AITA for leaving my 72-year-old dad on the side of the road? Not the a-hole. My dad, 72M, went cycling this Sunday morning and ran into issues with his bike close to where I, 30F, live. I woke up around 8:30 a.m. with a couple of missed calls and called him back about 15 minutes later. He asked if I could give him a lift, and I agreed. He gave vague directions, mentioning landmarks like the Grand Spice Hotel and where fishermen sell fish, things that aren't on Google Maps. My dad hates using Google Maps and is difficult with directions. I eventually found him after not too long, only calling him once to clarify his location, though he hung up on me in the midst of it. He loaded his bike into my car, and we drove off. I explained that I struggled to follow his directions because I don't eat fish and this is local knowledge, so I wouldn't know where the fishermen sell fish. This upset him. As we passed the Sugar Reef Hotel, which he referred to as the Grand Spice Hotel, an old name I was unaware of, and how I explained there was no way I would have known the hotel by this name, he became enraged. He started screaming, bashing the dashboard, and stomping his feet while I was driving. I stopped the car and asked if he wanted to make his own way home. He got out, leaving the bike with me. I drove off. I've been in a good place lately: regular therapy, eating well, exercising, and taking accountability for myself. This incident felt out of place with how everything else has been going. I don't feel anger, just disappointment that a simple thing got so out of hand. I haven't had much contact with my dad lately, and things have been peaceful. Now it feels like this incident has disturbed that peace. I don't want to cut him out of my life, but I also don't want to tolerate such behavior. Reflecting back, this was normal behavior for him while I was growing up. As I think about having kids myself, I realize this isn't right. I wouldn't want my child to witness or experience this. I do have issues like low self-esteem, shame, social anxiety, and lack of trust, which I believe were largely fueled by my childhood with him. My mom shares the same sentiment for herself. For context, they are divorced now, but there was a huge power imbalance with a 20-year age gap between them. He married my mom at 18, she came from a poor background, and he was the one with the money and executive control. I've worked my way to the point where I don't rely on him anymore, and my life feels better for it. I can do favors for him now, which I feel good about. I love both my parents, but I know neither of them, especially my dad, would consider therapy. They are both very rigid, and I don't think they will change, so I just focus on myself. Anyway, AITA here? Should I return his bike and move on? I just want to drop it at his house tomorrow when he's out. I don't think there will be any healthy resolution other than letting it go.